Hey guys, Todd Falcone here in my back office, or backyard office. Wanted to give you a really, I guess a 2013 update on the whole idea of recruiting professionals, recruiting up the socioeconomic chain. About 6 years ago, I produced a program called Insider Secrets to Recruiting Professionals, which teaches you, most of you guys already own this, but just in case somebody's watching the video that hasn't or doesn't own it, that teaches you how to recruit up the socioeconomic chain. Go after professional people, realtors, insurance agents, financial planners, mortgage people, people that are in sales, already earning commissions, already successful in their different career categories, and then inviting them or bringing them into the network marketing profession. I've been doing that for over 15 years. Been teaching it publicly, I guess, for like the last 6 years. And I wanted to give kind of a little update. Really nothing has changed in terms of how I do what I do, and what I did then is the same thing I do today. But I wanted to give some updates, especially for those of you that do own that course and that are using, and by the way, this is going to be a little bit longer video than I typically do, probably 8 to 10 minutes, but it'll be good for you to see because you're going to get an update on a few very important things. Number one, the theme when I'm calling a professional is a casual or semi-casual theme. So in order for you to get in the door, if you will, and find somebody who's receptive and open to your message, you definitely do not want to come across like you're a salesperson, like they're a number, like you're going through the numbers. You might be calling 50 of those people a day, but you don't want the person on the other end of the line to know that or feel that. So the best way to describe it is, this is a business call, right? But at the same time, we want to kind of loosen it up a little bit. So visually, what I do is I think to myself, okay, I'm gonna take off my tie, I'm gonna unbutton the top button, I'm gonna take my jacket off, I'm gonna undo my sleeves, and I'm gonna roll up my sleeves a little bit, and I might even kick off my shoes and replace them with flip-flops, like I've got on right now. Now that's the theme. Now this is like a visual indicator of the tone of the call. So when I call, I'm not calling, "Hi, may I speak with John Smith, please?" Or "Is John Anderson in, please?" I want to make sure it's a little casual, a little chill. So instead of "Hi, Mike," and it being formal now, I'm not going to say, "Hey, dude, what's up?" That's not the theme. That's a little too casual. I just want to loosen up. So it's like if I'm calling John, and the guy answers the phone, "Hi, good afternoon. Hey, John, Todd Falcone, how's it going?" So it's more of not "How are you? Hi, John Smith. How are you doing today? Mechanical, robotic." No. So you want to loosen it up a little bit. That's I think the most important thing, because it takes the tension in the shoulders and it just kind of releases a little bit, and it naturally starts to melt away the ice in the conversation when you're doing that. That's the first point I want to make as far as an update. Just make sure it's a little bit casual, not too formal. Not "Mr. Johnson, hi, may I speak with such and such, please?" Nothing wrong with being polite, but just kind of act like almost you might know the person, right? So little more laid back than a typical kind of formal type of call that somebody might make. That's point number one. Point number two is, I say in the course, I talk about the best piece of information to get out to a traveling professional. If you're recruiting and you're piquing somebody's interest and they say, "Yes, I'm open," I say in the course, I say, look, the best possible situation for these people in terms of getting them to likely review your information is to mail out some type of an audio CD. Why? Because these are traveling salespeople. They spend a lot of time in their cars. The likelihood of them seeing that thing, if they didn't listen to it right away, is like, "Wow, what's this thing? Maybe I got to get it off to this I gotta shove it in my CD player." Now, if it's a DVD, that might be sitting in their car. Who knows? It might be sitting on their counter. Nothing wrong with a DVD, mind you. And that being my point is this, because this is a question I get all the time. "Todd, if I don't have it, my company doesn't have a CD, should I create my own?" Well, in the course, I say the ideal situation for a traveling salesperson based on their habits is to get them, an audio CD. But that, we don't live in a perfect world, so my suggestion to you is you work with what you have available to you. So work within your system. Don't be going, "Hey, Todd's teaching me this totally new, different system." That's not the purpose. I'm showing you how to recruit up the socioeconomic chain after high quality people that are more likely to be successful in network marketing because of what they do already. And then, you have to work within your system. So this can snap in to what you're doing when you're starting to market outside of your warm market center of influence. You're looking to go into, which most of us will, the cold market, and you're now forced to, do that. Now you've got a very effective means of going after good people. So the thing is, work with what you have. If the methodology that you use is sending somebody to a website, getting them if it's getting them to a meeting, then your strategy in recruiting professionals should be to either be driving them to local meetings, or if you know a meeting is, I don't know, let's say Dallas, Texas, for example, you know there's a lot of activity. You can recruit into that market and get those people to those meetings. You work within your system in terms of the information that you're going to be disseminating to an individual. So just because you don't have a CD doesn't mean that you still can't effectively utilize this method. You work with the tools, and website, webinar, conference call, whatever it might be. Use the tool that best that your leadership is finding the best results in using. That's the second point. If I can remember the third point, I hope I can. The third point is, when you initiate a call, so you call somebody up, I'll shorten it for the sake of this video, you ask the peak interest question, Bob, do you at all keep your options open in terms of making any money outside of what you're currently doing in the blank profession? And Bob says yes. Well, there's probably a few points I'm going to make. He's going to say yes, no, or it depends, right? Those are the only three answers you get. Yes, you're going to show him your stuff. You're going to show him your information. No, it's a definitive no. I probably won't ask for a referral then, because I just talked to the person for a few seconds. It's not, I'm not interested. The middle one is it depends, which we get a lot, is basically a yes with a qualifier, meaning we have to reframe the question, ask the same question essentially in a different way, which will get a favorable response. And I teach that in the course, so I'm not going to go over that here, but that's something I do teach in the course pretty explicitly. Now, when it comes to getting information to that person, so let's say you get a person who's a yes or maybe, or you can convert that maybe into a yes, and now the next thing is to get them information about your opportunity. What you want to do is you want to set up a situation for yourself where on the follow-up call you have a higher percentage of those people showing up, because another question I get all the time is, Todd, I get all these people to say yes to me, but then I show up on a follow-up call and they're not there. Well, some people you have to listen to the yes. Is that a yes saying, look, just go ahead and send me some information and fine, okay, whatever, I might look at it, just go ahead and drop it in the mail. It's like, don't call us, we'll call you kind of a situation. Or is it a legitimate yes? And so I will even qualify, and this is what gets me a higher percentage of people showing up. Like, if I ask a peak interest question, do you at all keep your options open in terms of making money outside of what you're currently doing in the insurance profession? The person says yes, and I'm like, great. Best thing for me to do is get some information to you to share with you what we do, what I'm doing with my company over in Dallas, and then you can make a determination for yourself whether it makes sense for you. The first piece of information is blank, whatever that is in your instance, and I want to make sure that the person actually gets to the information, so I could send them on their merry way. Ideally, if I can get them to that information immediately right then and there. I don't want to intrude on them. I don't want to, dive into their time, because they weren't expecting me to call, and all of a sudden I'm going to assume that you're going to spend 15, 20, 30 minutes outside of your busy day when you didn't actually expect a phone call from me. Now, probably not going to happen, but I'll find out. Am I catching you at an okay time to chat for just a couple minutes? And if that's the case, I can get in, not necessarily into the presentation right there, but more importantly into just developing a little bit more of a connection. So now when I do get the information to that person, it wasn't just, hey, do you keep your options open? Yeah, I do. Give me your address. I'll shoot you some information. Bye, click. And you talk to the person for maybe 47 seconds, and then you're wondering, why did the person not actually look at my information? So if you have that chance, you got somebody who said, yeah, I'm open to something, there's a reason that they're saying that. If it's a legitimate, yes, I'm open. Some of those people are like, hey, yeah, go ahead, just drop me something in the mail. Yeah, and they're just trying to get rid of you. And I'll challenge the person. If I feel that, I'll just say, look, Bob, let me ask you this. Are you saying that just because you don't want to hurt my feelings and make me feel bad? Or are you saying it because, why are you genuinely interested? I want to get the answer right there. And so pretty simple stuff, but those are some areas of clarification on that I wanted to just kind of bring up. And again, it's no different in this year, 2013, I guess, that I'm recording the video, than it was 5-6 years ago when I produced the course. Just a couple clarifications. The way the economy has shifted and gone, by the way, we're all as network marketers likely to have to work outside of our warm market at one point. My personal choice is recruiting good people. I don't know about you. I want to recruit good people. And just because someone hasn't yet responded to some piece of information, a classified ad, an online ad, a resume, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is, doesn't mean they're not open. It's up to me to go, okay, well, if I go after these types of people, based on what they do, they're more likely to be successful. I'm going to pique their interest. If they say they're open, I'm putting good people into my funnel, into my pipeline, and that's what I'm looking to do, is recruit good quality people. And the only thing I can get out of putting good quality people in my pipeline is good quality people out of the pipeline, which ultimately join my network marketing business. So just some thoughts. I want to do this really primarily for you guys. Most of you probably watching this video already own Insider Secrets. If you don't, I'll probably put a link at the bottom for somewhere to get it or get more information on. I haven't even decided yet. And I don't know where exactly this video is going. It's probably going to go on my blog, but it's also going to be emailed to you guys likely that have all purchased Insider Secrets in the past as a little update. So that's it. This is my backyard office, my birds. They're always hanging out with me, and I'll see you in another video. See ya.